The Ottoman Empire. From a frontier tribe to a three-continent empire. The Ottoman Empire is one of the most extraordinary transformation stories in human history. It is the story of how a small frontier tribe rose from obscurity, became a powerful state, and eventually ruled vast lands across 3 continents for more than 6 centuries. This is not merely a story of conquest. It is a story of survival, ambition, strategy, and vision. Here is the history of the Ottomans, in just under 10 minutes. Although the foundations of the Ottoman state were laid in Suud, the roots of this story stretch far beyond Anatolia. Long before settling there, the Kayu tribe endured a difficult migration from Central Asia. Under the leadership of Suleiman Shah, they reached Ahlat, facing harsh climates, rival tribes, and constant danger. After his death, his son Ertuğrul Bey led the tribe westward into Anatolia, eventually settling in Suud and Domaniç. When the Kaya tribe arrived, they were small in number. Historians estimate around 400 tents, yet their location was no coincidence. These lands lay on the volatile frontier of the Byzantine Empire, a region rich with opportunity for warriors driven by the spirit of Gaza. Ertuğrul Bey avoided conflict with fellow Turkmen tribes and instead focused on building alliances. At the same time, he launched disciplined raids against Byzantine lands. These efforts brought both wealth and prestige, transforming the Kayu from a struggling nomadic group into a respected frontier power. After Ertuğrul Bey's death, leadership passed to his son, Osman Gazi. Osman possessed not only military skill, but political vision. He expanded his father's frontier strategy and attracted warriors from across Anatolia. Men seeking purpose, land, and glory gathered under his banner. In 1299, this frontier principality crossed a critical threshold. It was no longer merely an Anatolian beylik. It became an independent political entity. From that moment on, Osman's followers were known as Ottomans, and a new state was born. Under Osman Gazi, the Ottomans slowly transitioned from nomadic life to permanent settlement. Fortresses replaced tents, administration replaced improvisation, and continuity replaced survival. This transformation accelerated after his death. Leadership passed to his son, Orhan Gazi. Unlike his father, Orhan's greatest challenge was not conquest, but organization. He captured Bursa, made it the first Ottoman capital, established the first standing army, minted the first Ottoman coins, and laid the foundations of centralized governance. Most importantly, during Orhan's reign, the Ottomans crossed into Europe for the first time. With the capture of Chimpi Castle, what began as a temporary military presence turned into permanent settlement. Turkish families were relocated, towns were organized, and Rumiyya became a new Ottoman homeland. When Orhan Gazi died, the Ottomans were no longer a frontier tribe, they were a rising regional power. This responsibility passed to his son, Murad I. Murad inherited a rapidly expanding state and understood that military success alone was no longer enough. Discipline, authority, and administration were now essential. For this reason, he adopted the title Sultan, marking a symbolic transition from beylik rule to imperial ambition. Under Murad I, Edirne became the new capital, anchoring Ottoman power in Europe. The Balkans were conquered at a remarkable pace, while Byzantine lands were steadily encircled. This expansion led to a decisive confrontation. In 1389, Ottoman forces met a massive European coalition at the Battle of Kosovo. Kosovo was brutal and costly. Murad I was killed on the battlefield, becoming the only Ottoman sultan to die in combat. Yet despite this loss, the outcome was unmistakable. The Ottomans were victorious. Kosovo shattered the belief that the Ottomans could be driven out of Europe. It proved they were not temporary invaders, but a permanent force. After Kosovo, Balkan resistance collapsed, and Ottoman dominance in southeastern Europe became irreversible. Following Murad's death, the throne passed immediately to his son, Yildirim Bayezid. Bayezid ruled with extraordinary speed and intensity, earning the nickname the Thunderbolt. He unified much of Anatolia under Ottoman rule and confronted Europe directly. At the Battle of Nicopolis, Bayezid crushed a massive Crusader army, the first great Ottoman victory over a European coalition. Constantinople was placed under its most serious siege yet. However, Bayezid's rapid rise attracted a far greater enemy. In 1402, Timur invaded Anatolia. At the Battle of Ankara, Bayezid was defeated and captured. Ottoman unity collapsed, and the empire entered an 11-year civil war known as the Interregnum. Many believed the Ottomans would disappear. They did not. Order was restored by the first Mehmed, who patiently reunified the state. His son, the second Murad, strengthened control in the Balkans and defeated new Crusader threats. Together, they prepared the empire for its greatest moment. That moment arrived in 1451 with the accession of Fatih Sultan Mehmed. At just 21 years old, Mehmed II captured Constantinople in 1453, ending the Byzantine Empire. Renamed Istanbul, the city became the Ottoman capital. With its fall, the Ottoman state closed its foundation era and entered the Age of Ascension. During his 30-year reign, Mehmed conquered more than 200 cities, transforming the Ottomans into a true empire. This expansion continued under his grandson, Yavuz Sultan Selim. In swift campaigns, Selim defeated the Mamluk Sultanate, conquering Syria, Palestine, Egypt, and the holy cities of Mecca and Medina. The caliphate passed to the Ottomans, making them the political and spiritual leaders of the Islamic world. Ottoman rule spread deep into North Africa. Selim ruled for only 8 years, yet expanded the empire to 2.5 times its size, leaving a global power to his son. That son was Kanuni Sultan Suleiman. Under Suleiman the Magnificent, the Ottoman Empire reached its absolute peak. His first major victory was the capture of Belgrade in 1521, the key fortress guarding Central Europe. With Belgrade fallen, the road into Europe lay open. At Mohacs, Ottoman forces destroyed the Kingdom of Hungary in less than 2 hours. Soon after, Ottoman armies stood at the gates of Vienna. Suleiman was not only a conqueror, but a lawgiver and patron of culture. During his 46-year reign, he spent more than 10 years on horseback, personally leading campaigns. This era became known as the Golden Age of the Ottoman Empire. Yet after Suleiman, the age of warrior sultans faded, expansion slowed, stagnation turned to decline, and despite reform efforts, history moved on. Under Selim II, expansion slowed, and the empire entered a period of stagnation. Weak sultans ruled while powerful grand viziers governed in their place. After the death of Sokolu Mehmed Pasha, stagnation gave way to decline. The Janissary court deteriorated, palace intrigues multiplied, and central authority weakened. Attempts at reform, such as those by young Osman, ended in tragedy. Order was briefly restored by Murad IV, who crushed rebellions and reconquered Baghdad through sheer force. In 1699, the Treaty of Karlowitz marked the first major territorial losses in Ottoman history and the beginning of the era of decline. Europe was now on the offensive, and the Ottomans were forced into defense. Economic collapse, internal revolts, military decay, and public disillusionment followed. Despite reform efforts in the 19th century, including those of Mahmud II, the Tanzimat reforms, and the balancing policies of Abdülhamid II, the empire could not escape its fate. The Balkan Wars and World War I sealed the end. In 1922, with the departure of the last Sultan, Mehmed VI, the Ottoman Empire vanished from history, and the stage was now set for a new leader. The founder of the Republic of Turkey, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, who famously declared, "They shall leave as they came."